Oh yeah, why is it so dark? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Maybe it's because when I'm live, the HDR settings don't work. Oh, it's frozen. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh no, you can see me. It's a little wonky, but you can see me. I don't have the right light. I don't have the LED light. I just have this flashlight. So don't worry, it'll be getting brighter soon. I could bring this angle tighter, but for right now, I'm just gonna stand in the spooky light. Ah! But it should be lightening up soon. Hello and good morning to everyone. I fucking got out of bed on time. Got to the skate park to film the live stream on time. And I've got a really special joint here. I should wait for more people to join the live stream, but fuck it. I was gonna make a joke about anal sex, but fuck me, there's no time. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know dumb potheads are always like, weed is good. But every so often you get something that takes you back to your youth. And this is a very special strain. No, it's not the Blue Lobster. This is the Lemon Bean. Lemon Bean. It is one of the best weeds I've ever had. I don't get it all the time. It won second place in the 2022 Cannabis Cup here in Chicago. It's a sativa. It'll be light sooner or later. I cannot get this flashlight to angle the right way at me without just cooking me. Is that better? That's gotta work for now. Alright, so far, it's just me and myself. Usually on Fridays, like Doug is there and some of the other people who have been with my channel since the beginning are there. But yeah. Let's crack open the Monster. It's gonna start lightening up soon. But this is really some special marijuana. And I've been over this a million times, and I kind of waffle back and forth. If I do weed and you don't like it, stay around for the video, because it's not a weed channel. I was going to do a review of the Blue Lobster. Simplistic just dropped a review of the Blue Lobster. I don't need to do it. You know what I mean? Even though I had ideas for like SpongeBob jokes and nautical memes, like I'm a fisherman. The Blue Lobster, it's like the white whale. I don't understand why the high dynamic range settings don't work when you're on stream. So you know it's like dark and I'm using a flashlight? Normally, I could, right now, with this much light, I could just film all this and then pick it up. The GoPro can film in crazy quality. Up to 5K. Now the new GoPro they launched is like native 8K video. It's like insane quality and with the big lens, right? But this motherfucker is capable of some great quality. And that being said, when I'm live streaming, it's 1080p, 60 frames a second, no bones about it, that's it. That's it. Lemon bean, brother. My wife and I were at AnimeCon, I don't know, maybe like 8 years ago. And yeah, no, it was around 2022, actually, not 8 years ago. We did go to AnimeCon a lot back in the day. I don't dress up anymore or anything, but I was Shinji from Evangelion one year, and I was just like, I had the black wig, and like I was going around, I was just seeing all the other people cosplaying as Evangelion stuff, and I was just like crying, and they were like, get in the fucking mecha, you bitch. It was pretty funny. And I was a guy from a thing. Dude, my stomach hurts and I don't want to be here right now. I love all you guys. I love live streaming. There should be more light on me. Dude, it's actually pretty light outside. I don't know why the camera's being ass. I just dumped over my drink. That's the thing. I have this light in my eyes to try and be able to be seen. And it's not working. Sorry, everyone. I'll get to chatting soon. I still feel uncomfortable with my pain. Physically and emotionally. But I don't want to talk about plans or things or anything until there's more people on the live stream. And you know what? It's just me ranting to myself right now. And low-key, that's some loser type shit. You know? The one skateboarding stream, I had the most live viewers I ever had was like over 20. And everyone was talking and the chat was going fast. I mean, depending on how light it gets, I might skate, but I don't have the right socks. I'm enjoying this lemon bean though, that's for sure. I did spill my drink. There's a lot, there's a little bit left. So, whatever, I probably didn't need that much caffeine anyway, man. But, yeah. So, welcome. Good morning. I'm your friendly neighborhood loser, Eags. A little bit unprepared. I went to go turn on the other smartphone to use the light so that I'm flooded with an LED instead of this, which is like a warm light. It's warm. It's like a light bulb. So, it's not like an LED, a light emitting diode, which is a white light. You got your light emitting diodes and you got your sperm emitting diodes. Those are cocks. Yeah. LED, STD, Christmas tree. Yo. Oh good, you can start to see the surroundings. That's okay, that's a wonderful thing. You know, I definitely want to do an Eags tag over here. I should film myself doing it. Who gives a fuck? I need a shave and a shower and a Steven. Oh, wait, what? I don't know about that last one. I don't know if you guys heard that on the camera. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't check the equalizer or test it. The camera fell really hard the other day. I went fishing and I tried to get some footage and the camera overheated. I caught 2 catfish, right? One decent size, maybe like 7 pounds, pretty fucking fat. And then one that was small enough for the other catfish to eat. And I know they're bottom feeders, but I forgot how gross. Like, my olfactory system is destroyed. I'm a former cigarette smoker. I got the hard COVID, and I can't taste things as well. And, dude, I could smell that fucking fish when I pulled him out of the water. It smelled like the dirty mud. So, like, my sniffer's broken. Yeah, if there's a gas leak in the house, and we're all gonna, oh, I can't say the word DIE. If there's a gas leak in the house and we're all gonna fall asleep, I can smell that. But yeah, dude, you know, my sniffer's not always super keen, except for when I'm giving marijuana a nasal appraisal. Oh yeah, I'm a sommelier. I'm a fucking, I don't know, sniff my butt crack. The problem with this right now is that, dead ass, I want to skate now. And I walked in these socks, I walked outside on the patio and it was wet and it's kind of damp and I didn't change them because I just put on my dirty work boots. I don't know if I want to cram those into my skateboard shoes. You know what? I have the shitty skateboard shoes in the car, I think. The Nikes, the crappy ones. I don't know. See, I do this thing where I get stretched in different directions. And I'm not talking about when you make a bat wing out of your nutsack. If it were up to me, I would spend all day getting fit and getting my skills back when it comes to action sports. Because you know what? I might ride the BMX bike a little bit. I'm not going to do anything crazy, but I might get back on the bike as well. I don't know if I'm going to do any jumps, man. Real talk. Although, I jumped over like a fucking house in a fucking car on a BMX. I was fucking crazy, man. It wasn't always about the landing. It was about flying through the air. The fact that I like just found my pedals, held it together and landing ramp, not to flat. It was just more like, I was the idiot who was gonna huck it. So like landing it was the second thought. Look, I think we have enough light now for my eyes to, there, that's so much better. But yeah, dude, landing was the second thought. Except for when I jumped over the pit of fire. Because if I fell into the pit of fire, no, dude. I mean, that could have been bad. Like, even if it's just for a second, you gotta try and lift yourself up so you press your hands down into coals? No. Yo, Omizu, what's up? Good fucking morning, man. Good to see you. Let me type that in the chat. Good morning, bro. Yeah, I kind of want to like stay and skate, especially after having that like silver medal winning pot. Cause it's a very cerebral weed. It's, how do I put this? You feel stoned, but it's not super heavy on the eyelid. It's more of like I need to, in your case, painting. Yeah, dude, I need to paint something. And if I had a studio, bro, I would paint too. Because I used to do ceramic studio stuff. And then when I was in like honors art in high school or whatever, I threw porcelain on the wheel and made nice, like really cool pieces, right? Then I tried it at community college and it like wasn't the same. I didn't feel like, oh man, I really want to fire this piece. I just felt like I was just making a mug to sell or something. And like, I don't know. I lost the spark for a minute. But when I saw some of your paintings, I saw you like going at it, I was like, dude, I should get my own fucking pottery wheel and just do it outside. Yeah, pot and pottery. The funny thing about pot and pottery is that I did make bongs. And the teachers were so stupid. They had no idea. Like, the idea of smoking out a ceramic bong now, one had a glass window, it had like a lens, which was cool. Because like there's this special shit that you can put in. So when you fire it in the kiln, it doesn't melt. But you could have like these like translucent, clear, like, I don't know what they are. I have to look it up. But you could like basically bedazzle your clay piece and then put it in the, so I made bongs, and then they had no idea what they were, because later I would go home and I would drill out the side and I would put in the slider. And some of them actually really hit too. So I got about like 20 minutes. It's kind of just like tick, 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 tock going fast. But now that at least one person is here and I'm not ranting to myself, that's when I get really lost on subjects and I do some ADD things, you know. I think people may tend to be like, oh, well, he just smokes a ton of weed and fucking loses his train of thought. Like, I don't want to get this age restricted because anything gets you popped, but navigating grief right now really has me scatterbrained. Because everything I do, or every funny joke I make, I want to tell them about it and they're not here. Okay, so maybe the art teacher herself knew, Omizu. He says, I bet some of the teachers knew you were making bongs and pipes, but some of the teachers were totally ignorant to it, because they were so vanilla. I'm not saying like I'm this insane, wild, I'm a bad dude, but like going from public school to Presbyterian school, like private school, on and off a few times throughout my life, like I'm a bad dude, you know. Like smoking became part of my repertoire, you know, even though no one at the school knew I smoked. They would be like, hey bro, you smoke? And I'd be like, no, that shit's for losers, because I didn't want to fucking hang out with those kids, man. I'd be like, I have an uncle who smokes pot and he's a loser. Like, I would just say some shit like that so they wouldn't hassle me. Low key, a couple of chicks I used to kick it with, I would sell them some, but I don't fucking know. And then this one kid, not that I want to talk about high school, because high school sucked ass, but like this one kid sold another kid like oregano or something, and he really thought it was weed for real. I was like, how fucking... So I guess that I'm just trying to say, like, yeah, like, man, some of those teachers were so square, they had no fucking clue. And then maybe one or two of the teachers, especially the one teacher, we'll just call him Professor M. He's like a super smart PhD kind of guy, and he was like a child of the revolution, and he's like talking about like all the peyote and all of the mescaline from the peyote and all of the, just talking about like tripping ass, like fucking, like, you know how like, oh yeah bro, I took a 10 strip and I time warped. No, this guy was like, nah dude, I just like took some of the liquid acid and was like drop 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 drop, and then I was hitchhiking through California. I was like, holy shit bro. Like, I know it always devolves into fart jokes, witty social commentary, and drug talk slop, but dude, do you understand? I don't know how to explain it to people who have never done something like that, but it's like something that potent, and you going through like what could be an introspective or insane visual experience, and just to casually be like, hitching rides, bro, that's cuckoo, man. That's fucking cuckoo, man. That was, but it was like the late 60s and mid 70s, he said, or something. Wild times. And there's a story that he used to tell us about this guy with his penis out. Oh man, dude, I'll tell you the story in a minute, but first, yeah, you know, I would like, I'm not like, again, I'm not trying to like measure cock or like be like I was so tough, but I was really a misplaced kind of skater, industrial, like heavy metal wild child, like fucking Bohab, fan of Gwar, fucking, I followed Gwar around since I was like 13, 14, making my dad take me to the shows and shit. Sometimes bumming rides, going to the shows, you know, dude. Yes, it was a different era. It was a different era. So I was like, so I'm not trying to like brag like and be a total narcissist talking about myself, but it was just like a fish out of water situation. Like, some of the other private school kids were bad, and they would do like petty bad activities with me, but they were just acting out to be like, they were just acting out to be rebellious or shitty, or to because they resented their parents or something. When I put my tag on the bridge, I was like, yo, this is my mark, motherfucker, I'm here. Like, I was living it. Other kids were they were, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, but I'm not like I wasn't like a bad seed. I'm just trying to say, like, other kids would get like wildly drunk to the point of like throwing up and passing out and getting in trouble out of like anger, and I would just like be like, okay, let's go for a walk. Like, I don't understand the motivation of that. The people that, like, when we would have like some kids' parents would be out of town or some bullshit, and we would have like a banger, and like there would always be one guy that had to like show off. And like, don't get me wrong, I was the guy who did stunts and skateboard tricks and jumped my BMX bike and like had like the crowd going. But like, there was always one guy who had to get so fucked up like that he became a liability. Like, at first it was like funny, but then he would be like pissing in the fucking house. Yeah, like, just not, I never understood that. Like, I know there's people, like, exceptions to the rule, like people like Steve O, who were just like really irresponsible public drug addicts and being silly, and it was amusing. And then there's like, hey bro, you should stop. Fuck you, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, dude, I grew up around some of those. But it was my whole life my whole life, all the way into like my first job at 17, was like fish out of water. Like, I'd be like, hey guys, do you like this music? And they'd be like, that's evil music. And I'd be like, what? And there were a couple upperclassmen that were like goth or industrial rivet heads or whatever, and I could like talk to them, and then they like graduated. And then like there were some punk rock kids with like battle vests and like, you know, like the Casualties, the Circle Jerks, whatever. Like there were some of those punk rock kids, they graduated. So like I was just kind of, as an elder millennial, I'm in a weird spot. Okay, time's running down, I'm losing my train of thought, I'm being pretty much a goofball. But I want to say, I was going to talk about the Wiener story, alright? I did say I was going to talk about the Wiener story, and I was going to reference something that happened. So, after starting YouTube again, after my personal YouTube got deleted, and actually coming back to creating content, because I know I've yammered on over and over and over and over about the good old days, but I'm living in the present now. And I had a big hard drive corruption, and I had my personal social media get fucking popped. And so I lost like tons of pictures, and you know, I wanted these pictures and these photographs and video clips to like back up these wild stories that I tell, and poof, they're gone. Okay, oh well, that's a bummer. The memories themselves aren't gone, and I do have a lot of other things backed up. It's just pictures, right? But here's the thing, losing all the old stuff forces me to be, hey, why isn't this working? What the fuck? Oh, it came unplugged, man. What the fuckhead? Anyway, losing all that stuff means I don't have to like retrofit or fucking use old crap and old content and be worried about telling funny stories when I can just tell funny stories here in this format. Good morning, everybody. But losing all that stuff forced me to be in the present, because I was a content creator before YouTube. I was on You the Man Now Dog, I was making memes, I was making skateboard videos with the guys. We were like finding BMX jumps in the wild, doing like wall rides and manual combos, and just generally goofing around, having a fun time. Always had a video camera and still camera with us. Not every group of kids did, you know, but now everyone has a smartphone that could shoot in fucking hella quality. Back then, being the guy with the camera all the time was kind of like a whole different deal, man. Like, I wanted to be a cameraman, I wanted to film nature scenes, like, that was like my goals, right? But yeah, so let me fill you in real quick then. So I keep distracting myself because I really don't want to fucking go to work. It's such a beautiful morning. The sky over there is pink, okay? Ever since I started doing this YouTube thing, I've been getting random messages to my cell phone, right? My personal cell phone. And not, hey, Eags. People have been saying my name, my legal name, okay? My government name. Alright, I go by the nickname Eags, okay? That's like my deal, right? So when someone calls me my actual name, I'm like, fuck, that's someone who like knows me. Who the hell is this? So yesterday I came home from work and I was fucked up, dude. I took a shower. I said, I'm just gonna lay down for a nap. I passed the hell out, man. I woke up around like 9 p.m. Get some things in order, go back to sleep. I looked at my cell phone and it said, yo, name redacted, my legal name. It's been a while, man. I saw some of your YouTube videos, and I've had lots of messages like this, but here, this message, they didn't mention who they were. So it said, yo, name redacted. It's been a while. I miss playing Gears 3 with you. I wonder if there's a way to play Skate 3. Hey man, sorry you're going through what you're going through. I saw some of your live streams, blah, blah, blah. I have no clue of the phone number. It was like 1612. I don't, okay. So over here, the area codes are 630-847-312. Okay? Like, so you don't start getting into those area codes unless you're like in Wisconsin, I think. Like, I don't know. So like, yeah. The furthest I go is 312, like when I'm near the city. I think that's, so I didn't recognize the area code. The point I'm trying to make is that it was cryptic and I didn't appreciate it, and I don't know if I got hacked or if it's really someone trying to reach out to me, but they didn't say who they were. You know, maybe they reverse looked up one of my emails and they found my real name. I don't know, but it was creepy. But it was creepy, and I was like really kind of like, so I was like, sorry, wrong number, bro. Like, I didn't know what to, because, okay, how do I articulate what I'm gonna say? I am so hyped up right now. I want to like stay and skate all day. My leg muscles are getting better. My injured knee from the car accident is getting better, and I feel like I have more control. I want to do a 5-0 grind on that pyramid box and go down the other, I want to manual it and go down the other side. I want to start trying to hip transfer, and eventually I want to ollie over the entire fucking thing. But yeah, it was weird. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you didn't tell me your name up front and you just said, hey, yo, name redacted, you should say who it is. Because I could say, oh, is this Tom? And they could just go, yeah, it's Tom. You know, they intentionally left out who they were so that I could say, hey, man, is this so-and-so? And they could just be like, yeah, man, it is. So it freaked me the fuck out. And I knew, like, doing online shit would kind of, like, put me out there. And, like, I geodox myself, like, hey, I'm at the library. You know, someone could run up on me. Okay, I get it. I totally get it. But getting the weird messages lately, I don't even think I had that many friends to begin with. Like, I got at least 30 of these cryptic messages, like, hey, bro, keep up the good work, nice content and shit. I have no goddamn clue. And it's not like I'm a druggie or a stoner or a hippie and I don't remember. Like, I remember phone numbers. This was, you know, because we had pagers, goddammit, and we had to go to the fucking payphone and be like, hey, Dad, pick us up. I remember, like, numbers. I've had so many texts from so many unrecognizable numbers either calling me Eags or my legal name, and I don't know what to do about it. I did spill my fucking drink. I know what to do about that. Literally cry over it. I have to go pretty soon, guys, and this rant's getting away from me because I did have things to talk about, but then I get sad and then I want to stay. Oh yeah, I think I'll tell the story about the wiener like I said I was going to do. So give me a moment. I'm gonna pick up an ounce of something called Lemon Sportif today. Whoa, it's hanging around at like 1.25%. Another yummy sativa dominant. I like to have a couple things in my bag of tricks, you know, like everyone has their personal preference, which is totally cool, man. Like, no, you know, there's no like gatekeeping in the weed scene, I guess, right? But I know so many people that write off sativas because they're like, they don't make me feel high. They make me feel like buzzed. Like, no, if you get one that's a cerebral banger, you want to paint, you want to go for a walk, you want to, you know, bang your old lady, you want to fucking go out for a meal, you want to see a movie. So like, yeah, but I always got some fucking super indica on deck for sleepy time. Always. Rule of thumb, dude. So, I told you guys about the message I got, and I don't know who it was. Maybe it was someone who because they explicitly said, I miss playing Gears of War 3 with you. So it has to be someone from that era of my life when that game came out. That doesn't necessarily narrow it down. It could, it could be someone from social media when I lost my Facebook and my whatever the other one is. Fucking, I don't know, MySpace? No, not MySpace. But it could be someone I really know, but it didn't seem like it. It seemed like someone who found my number online, which is fucking creepy because I only have like 300 subscribers. So far in the YouTube thing, I've had someone impersonate me and get me banned from someone's page, right? A live streamer that I used to watch. Okay, so far, no, actually 2 people have impersonated me, okay? And people are trying to contact me. It's like, what's the point of harassing such a small creator? Like, wouldn't you pretend to be someone who like has 1 million subs so people might accidentally click on your page thinking it's like a second channel? I don't really, I don't care. I didn't get outright hacked, but like, people are fucking kooky, and I don't mean that in like an ableist way. People are just like off their rockers, man. Yeah, I've Googled myself and it comes back, even my birth name and EAGS, they both come back to some of my old GeoCities websites that aren't up anymore. I used to have a personal website where I'd post my Dance Dance Revolution scores because I was getting to the point where I was starting to get PFCs, which even for the time, people weren't getting a lot of perfect full combos or marvelous full combos. Fuck me now with my eye condition. It's so hard to do the timing. I love rhythm games still, but double vision doesn't help at all. So even back at the time, there was a guy called Aaron in Japan, and he was like super primo, and he would link up with this guy called Yatsu, he was like the world champion at the time. But even back then, like just double A, which is just, a full combo of good or great with the percentage, or good or perfect. Great or perfect, not good. Good is like basically a miss. And if you have it on like event timing with marvelous, if you get all marvelous, it's like a perfect full combo. And people weren't like all doing that back then. People were still doing freestyle routines, which is cool. People dancing on the dance game and doing flips, that's cool. So since I'm running out of time, I might as well tell the story I said I was going to tell. Now, Professor M was this cool hippie, and there was one time where this kid actually fucking maliciously dosed us and gave us shroom brownies at school. And I was like, dude, I put sunglasses on because I knew my pupils were going to dilate. The teacher knew that someone did something to us, and rather than calling the cops or alerting someone, he made it a video day. And we had video day in his classroom. So, such a smart guy. He knew we were tripping ass. But I don't know whatever happened to that kid who gave us those brownies, because he said it was edibles. And I was like, yeah, I can get cooked at school. I got fucking study hall and gym after this. I don't give a shit. And it was shroom deezies. And so by the time I got to the middle period or whatever, bro, one kid was like leaning over the desk. Anyway, Professor M tells us this story. He says, I'm hitchhiking through California. I'm a skinny dude, shirtless, maybe with like a vest, and in my sandals and my long hair and my bandana. He goes, I was somewhere on the outskirts and I finally got a ride. This car pulls over, a huge white Cadillac. pimped out to the nines, man. Fucking pinstriping, gold, everything. And this is back in the 70s, okay? Keep in mind, Buddy's probably tripping or at least baked out of his mind. It was just the time period, okay? Because there's a difference between getting high, okay, put it down, you're done, and then those hippie days where people were just, they just torched to oblivion, man, okay? So, Buddy's probably in an altered state. The white Cadillac pulls over, picks him up. Okay. He gets in. He said it was a black man who was muscular, huge, and nearly 7 feet tall. And he barely fit in the Cadillac. Okay. He says that he's driving, and he feels something touch his hand. It's the other guy's hand. He's like, oh. He's like, nah, bro, that's cool. He's like, that's nah, man, it's cool. You know, this is summer of love, you know, this is like hippie stuff. So like, it's not homophobic. Like, he's just like, no, man, nah. It's so funny because Professor M had kind of a stutter and kind of a, not an impediment, but just a little bit of like a stutter. And like you could tell days when he blazed, he wouldn't stutter, he wouldn't hang up on his words. But anyway, but he would do impressions of other voices, and when he did the voice, he does voices, he doesn't have his like little stutter or tick. So he was like, he said, well, then the man leaned over to me and said, I thought you was a girl. And he did this like really deep, like fucking homey voice, and it was like, yo, I thought you was a girl. And it was so, everyone was dying laughing, dude. Well, he looks up and he looks over and he goes, this man's cock was out. And it was this fucking long. And it was scary. And he goes, I thought you was a girl. And then, I shit you not, like, I can't get the delivery down because this dude, I was like 16 or 17. Now I'm 30 fucking 6 now, okay? So, the timing, he just goes, wanna touch it? So, he goes, no. He goes, I don't. He goes, it's very impressive, thank you. And he goes, the energy was so tense, I thought I was gonna be sexually assaulted. And then he goes, then the guy's crack pipe fell out. And then he goes, he's still waving his cock, and he goes, please, do you want to touch it? I thought you were a girl. You want to suck it? Bro! And he goes, no, my stop's up here. He gets off, and he goes, he goes something to the effect of like, that guy got picked up and went to prison. It ended up that he was a murderer. Dude. White Cadillac story. And he's banned from telling it at the school. So, dude, you want to touch it? And then almost a murder victim? Yo, dude. Dude, I shit you not. I wouldn't backpack through California today. Fuck, let alone back in the days where, like, you could get away with, you know, MURDER, you know? Like, because in the 70s, you just be like, oh, I didn't do it. I was at work. Well, there's no digital footprint on your cell phone. You pay things in cash. You get on your lunch break, you fucking go to the fishing hole and you cap somebody, and then you like go back to work and you're like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Shave your mustache off. Yeah, the killer had a mustache. I don't have a fucking mustache. Like, think of that. Think of it like the olden times. Like the medieval times must have been great for psychopaths. Next stop, please. I don't want to touch it. I thought you was a girl. I said, I thought you was a girl. Want to touch it? I can't do a deep voice right now. I know I have a squeaky, nasally, comical voice. You know, like, you know, special needs Ray Romano. But you know what? I had a really deep voice in high school. And I broke my nose so many times. The last time it healed kind of like Steve Urkel, like someone's pinching my nose. So, some of the squeakiness and volume spikes is not even my, yeah. I wonder if I can get like a surgery to fix that. But then I'd have to get my nose cracked again. And I probably smoked hella cigs when I was in high school too. I was like, yo, what's up? But yeah, guys, I mean, I gotta roll out before I'm late, because I gotta go sober up and get ready for work. But I really appreciate you guys stopping in. And even though my sense of humor is hard to pinpoint, and it's kind of like Tim and Eric, Uncanny Valley, silly, a little bit janky, and you never know what you're gonna get. I think the idea in my type of content is you never know when a song's gonna start and a montage is gonna start, and you never know when a joke is gonna come or a graphic's gonna hit the screen or something or a cutaway is gonna happen. And I think that that's like what I want for my editing style. Very similar to what I used to do when I made skateboard videos when we were all kids, and I would put in funny bits. But just like a little bit more refined and just pulling lots of things from pop culture. I don't know if people notice this in my content, if they go back even all the way through all of my gaming videos, where it's just more about me talking, but also sick gameplay. Dude, yeah, you dig it. So like, it's that editing style. I like to use elements of pop culture and references. I've used a lot of obscure songs and references to old jokes or old things. People might not even like make the connection or even realize there's a joke there. They just hear a soundbite and think it's funny, right? They don't know where it's from or why. And that still gets a yuck. It still gets a laugh. It still gets an LOL. And to anyone it may confuse, it still gets a reaction. And I think that's the point of art, is to elicit a reaction or response, or speak truth to power and create social commentary. The very idea of art is to create feeling. So, now that I finally feel locked in and not distracted, I actually have to go. So that's the morning stream, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you truly dig it, please try and hype my videos. Smash the hype button, share it to other people, like it, go back, like all the other videos. Don't even watch them all the way through, share it. Help me out. Not like main character narcissism syndrome, but like, you know, I think if enough people see my silly goddamn shit, they might like it. I might be able to pop off a little bit. And if I do pop off, I'm gonna promote Omizu's art. That's for sure, man. Alright guys, that's it. Let me grab the controller here. Let's go. Here's the main power switch. There is a little bit of a delay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been your friendly neighborhood loser, Eags. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, hype, get me out there in the algorithm. Any little bit helps. Thank you so fucking much. Have a great Friday.